Hi, I hope everybody is busy in preparing for tomorrow's exam. We discussed in the previous video section 44 and 44B. Now we will have some discussion on section 54D. Section 54D. Now what this section says? The section says that, for example, you have a land and building, right? Okay. You have a land and building, and you're doing business in your own building, or you're using that building as a factory, or using the building for industrial purpose. Okay. Now suddenly the present government, because of road widening and some other reason, they want to grab your land and building. Okay. The government needs to buy your land and building. Okay. He needs to buy your land and building, or you're going to grab, you're going to acquire, compulsory, you have to sell to the government, right? And the land and building is used for industrial purpose. Now, if the government compulsory grab your land and building, the government gives you compensation. The government gives you compensation, right? And on that compensation, you have to pay the capital gain tax, long-term capital gain tax, 20%. But in order to get the benefit under section 54D, you have to buy another land and building. You have to buy, right, another land and building, right, and which is used for, right, industrial purpose. Okay, which is used for industrial purpose. Then what is the time duration? What is the time duration? The time duration is you have to buy, okay, you have to buy another land and building, right? Right? Within 3 years, after receiving compensation, right? So you want to get the benefit exemption under section 54B, you have to buy another land and building within 3 years after receiving compensation, right? What is the benefit you will get? You will get, what is the exemption you will get? You will get the exemption. How to calculate exemption? Exemption is, right, least of the two. The first is cost of land and building, okay, plus whatever the amount deposited in capital gain account scheme. As you know that you have to deposit the money in the capital account scheme maintained by Nationalized Bank, right? That is a must. You cannot keep the money with you, right? Second is the capital gain amount you have received. The capital gain amount received. So the least of the above is allowed as exemption. The least of the above is allowed as exemption. Okay, this is how to get benefit under section 54D. But who will get the benefit? When you are doing business, in your own land and building, when your land and building is used for industrial purpose, the government has acquired forcibly by paying some compensation. With that compensation, within 3 years, you have to buy another land and building. Then only you will get the exemption under section 54D. Right. And what is the condition? You should not sell this land and building till 3 years from the date of what is that? From the date of buy. Okay. So we should not sell this land and building till 3 years. This is the way how to compute exemption under section 54D. Okay, 54D means land and building used for industrial purpose have been forcibly acquired by the government, and government gives the compensation. With that compensation, you have to buy another land and building, and that which is used for industrial purpose within 3 years, then you will get this exemption. That is called section 54D. Section 54D. Now we'll cover in section 54EC. What is section 54EC? This section 54EC. What is section 54EC? Right? If you sell any long-term capital asset, sale of any long-term capital asset, okay. So you'll get gain, capital gain. Okay, you'll get long-term capital gain. Okay, that long-term capital gain amount you should invest in a specified bonds, specified institutions. Okay, so after getting long-term capital gain amount, we should invest. Okay, and what is the time duration? We should invest within 6 months. Within 6 months. Okay, from the date of sale. Okay, within 6 months, you have to invest in the specified bonds in the specified institutions. What are institutions? Invest in where? So invest in, right? Invest in where? Where to invest? Okay, within 6 months you invest. Where to invest? First institution is National Highway Authority of India, NHAI. Okay, but invest in. They should invest in the National Highway Authority of India. Who's the next institution? Bonds. Bonds issued by. Bonds issued by. Right. Issued by whom? Bonds issued by Rural Electrification Corporation. The second institution, Power Finance Corporation. And the third institution, Indian Railway Finance Company. Right? These are institutions, specified institution. It invests in the specified institutions after date of sale within 6 months. Then you will get the benefit of section 54 EC. Okay, what is the exemption? What is the benefit? What is the exemption? We'll get the exemption least of the two. So least of the below two. So what is the first point? Amount, actual amount invested. Actual amount invested, right? What is the maximum limit given? 50 lakhs. Okay, the least of these two will be allowed as exemption under section 54 EC. Right? So